Hello from Colorado, Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so hi everybody. Thank you so much again for joining us for another Syllabi webinar. We are so excited to have you here and we are grateful for your attendance here. Today we will be talking about the healthcare niche, basically, and how we can create content using AI tools. And we will be having our host for today, as well as our guests that all will be involved in the healthcare industry. So if you have any questions, like I mentioned earlier, feel free to leave them in the chat box or in the Q&A section. So again, welcome. So today's webinar is about empowering healthcare content creation with AI tools. Today, we'll explore how innovative AI technologies like Syllabi, like what we have here. If you haven't used Syllabi yet, we'll be talking about that as well, can dramatically improve your content creation process, especially with health-related or medical-related content, making it more effective, engaging, and scalable. So by the end of this session, the things that you are expected to learn or to know about is number one, the best practices in healthcare content creation. We'll be guiding you through that as well. So how AI tools like Syllabi enhance content accuracy and engagement, and how easy it is to use Syllabi, and how your workflow would be with Syllabi, and how easy it would be for you to create content in just like a few clicks. And we will also be having real world success stories from um, healthcare creators from different niches. But we do have our guest today. So before anything else, I would like to introduce to you our host for today, or rather our main host for today. He is the co-founder of Syllabi, and he is our CFO. So this is Dr. G. We have Dr. G with us. Dr. G is a licensed clinical psychologist in private practice specializing in couples and sex therapy, as well as addiction in Texas since 2012. He is also the founder and chairman of the board of Nuruz Clinic. I hope I pronounced it properly, Dr. G Foundation, a nonprofit mental health community center providing affordable behavioral healthcare since 2012. So he has trained more than 72 therapists and psychologists serving in the community. So that's a big thing, guys. So he has a lot to share for you today. So in addition, he teaches clinical psychology and supervises interns as a couple in a couple of local and private universities, and is the co-founder and VP Business Development of Syllabi, of course, which is what we're going to be introducing to you as one of the tools that can help you with your healthcare content creation. So without further ado, I'm giving the floor to Dr. G. Dr. G, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I'm so excited to see so many people here. My God, 54 participants from all around the world. That's fantastic. So yeah, so basically, let me give you a little bit insight into my role and how I kind of became really involved in AI fused type of a world, AI powered, and social media. So actually, my interest in social media goes way back, like 12, 14 years. Right around the time YouTube really just started to pick up. And what happened is my co-founder, Austin Armstrong, and myself, we were actually starting to dabble into social media at that time. Funny story is he was my intern, starting with putting cameras together, shooting videos on site. We had interviewees, all kinds of speakers from around the world coming and talking about health and mental health and therapy and healthcare and those type of things, because we believed in the fact that those aspects were under-researched, if you will, or underrepresented, especially in social media. So for many of you who have been there in social media in the old days, so to say, a decade or more ago, you know what I'm talking about. Everything. There was nothing about health or healthcare and so forth. Everything was about cars, cats, dogs, stuff like that. And so we wanted to promote that. We wanted to really push content about mental health or any kind of health. That's why we had a lot of interviewees and published hundreds of thousands of posts, thousands, like I think 5 or 6 thousand of videos on YouTube. So long story short, we learned our lesson as well in terms of what works, what doesn't work, and we worked with hundreds of different companies, helped them more or less launch their social media campaigns, and then we actually created an agency called Socialty Pro, where we really turned the whole idea into a business model. And then the advent of AI really propelled us into automating most of the work. I can imagine, I don't know how many of you possibly have worked with agencies, possibly if you are in the healthcare industry, whether or not you have worked with publishers, consultants, independent contractors, YouTube creators, if you will, or social media influencers or creators, or maybe yourself. You have been able to, use Canva or other types of tools like Hootsuite and what else is out there? Sprout Social or Opus and so on, and used all that to create content, publish, and so forth. So you know how time consuming it's been in the past and even nowadays. So long story short, this is where we are. We put our heads together and started really automating everything. So from our own agency, from our own teamwork, from hundreds of or more thousands of interviews and hundreds of projects and business owners that we helped, we understood the entire workflow that, it takes many, many steps. It's not just one thing that you got to do, but many things. Now, when it comes to healthcare, I can share with you firsthand that on top of the technological obstacles, there are also, kind of regulatory obstacles and also a lot of stigma-related obstacles. Healthcare providers are different. The health, whether it's coaches, licensed, certified professionals, or not licensed, not certified, but still people with lived experiences and so forth, who are just in the field of health services. They are in a completely different category than people or business owners, let's say, who sell products and services that are much more accepted, if you will, without stigmas, right? There's not much stigma around buying a mouse pad, the latest keyboard technology, or some flashy stuff, that people may need, like gadgets. Everybody is kind of attuned to, hey, I want the latest gadget or latest service, maybe CRM, AI tools, all kinds of stuff, consulting, business consulting, success consulting, all kinds of stuff. There's not much stigma around that, right? There's a lot of adoption in the market from everybody, literally all around the world. And everybody wants to get their hands on the latest technology and gadgets and this and that and make their lives easier. Unfortunately, there is some stigma around mental health or health and self-care or overcoming health-related challenges, even physiological problems. So we have that layer of complexity on top of everything else, on top of the technological complexity and hurdles that exist. So that's why I've been really passionate, really to co-found and be involved and push forward the success of Syllabi, because I really wanted to shine in the field of healthcare. I want Syllabi to be the go-to tool for healthcare providers, health services providers, health coaches, consultants, you name it, addiction specialists, specialists, just generalists, if you will, whoever loves to promote health-related information, psychoeducation, education, training, skill building, any of those things, even promoting a book or maybe workbooks or handouts like PDFs and stuff like that, like kind of cheat sheet, if you will, about how to take care of ourselves, how to overcome social anxiety, how to become better at communicating with people, maybe winning in negotiations, leading a team, working with diverse groups, working with homogeneous groups. Doesn't matter, right? It's basically humanity and human interaction matters a lot, I believe, especially in the world where we are so disconnected and everybody's kind of sits behind computers and screens, more or less. So that's why I'm very passionate about this. We are putting this together. I'm working on this technology along with our team and the other co-founders on a daily basis. And that's why I'm also so excited to have all of you here. It's fantastic to have so many people who are interested, and we want to be there for you. And we want to listen to everybody who has joined us, all these users, interested parties, super users, whoever you are, that you have started believing in us or testing the water, so to say, and see what this technology is about. Help us help the industry. That's my motto. We want to help everybody in the healthcare industry at the very minimum. This is just one niche. There's some other niches and focuses we have in Celebi, like real estate and insurance and so forth. But beyond that, uh, this webinar is about you, about us in the healthcare industry. So thanks again for joining. I want to turn it back to Zhao and our wonderful team, Don, Awais, Ria. They're all here to chime in. And we have a wonderful kind of not facilitator, but speaker. Today, one of our great users, Amanda. I want to welcome her too. Thanks for joining us. And Zhao, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dr. G. So, Rhea, I hope you don't mind sharing your screen again, so that we can present to the attendees what we have for them. So basically, we'll start off with the quality of healthcare content. Why is it essential? So, Dr. G, we have here some details that we'd want you to elaborate as somebody in the healthcare industry, of course. As soon as Rhea pops in the presentation, that would be awesome. So yeah, why quality content matters in healthcare. So basically, we have three ideas here. One, it empowers patients by improving health literacy. Second, it builds trust and credibility with your audience. Third, it facilitates better health outcomes through informed decision making. So basically, always ensure your content is accurate, current, and clear. That's very important because, of course, you're trying to gain the trust of people. Remember, good content educates, motivates, fosters stronger connections with your audience. Dr. G, do you want to add more to this and elaborate those three, please? Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, this is just general, right? What we're talking about, empowering the users, the viewers, and so forth, building trust, credibility. Now, however, beyond going in terms of general principles of social media interaction, where I do want to emphasize the social engagement, that's extremely important for all of you who are interested to really drive traffic, increase your reach, so to say. The most important success key, if you will, is the engagement beyond just consistent publishing and so forth. And most of you probably already know this, but beyond that, I think as far as the specific healthcare is concerned, or health related information, that is what I have really heard actually and corroborated by other providers in the space, and also myself have learned about, that you want to specialize, if you will, on whatever niche or competence, let's say, that you strongly believe in. That's really the key as far as helping the algorithms in the social media world behind the scenes help your content. Because more or less that is the the biggest differentiator, right, among billions of posts on a daily basis across, I don't know, 10 different, probably about 10 different, or a dozen different social media platforms with like a high, like 4 or 5 top ones. How do we really drive traffic, right? How do we get those viewers and engage with them? It is really through that specialization. So when it comes to any of these categories, right, health outcomes or improving literacy or education and whatnot, certainly those are the benefits that the people come to social media. They're looking for some solutions, right? They're struggling with some issues in their lives. And then the idea here becomes, where would they repeatedly go back to, right? They certainly, it is to be kind of concluded logically that they want to go back to somebody that they believe is an expert or has some kind of a competency, specialty in the field. Even if it is, like really just kind of, I would say, get rid of your judgments in regards to that specialty content. So even if you don't believe it may be interesting to other people, don't worry about that. If you are feeling strong about something that matters to you, uh, I'm sure it matters to hundreds of thousands of other people and million of other people. Absolutely, because we have some commonalities to other human beings. So don't think you're alone in that specialty, if you will. This is what I would add to try to narrow down and fine tune and kind of polish your own content by focusing on really what matters to you and you feel competent about and confident about.
Thank you so much, Dr. G. So basically, the next thing is, what are the hurdles or the struggles that you have as content creator in this field or in this niche? So we have here the top three that we usually have, but I want to know with the audience or the attendees that we have right now, who amongst you are experiencing this? So 1, 2, 3, put a number on those that are experiencing. Number one, complexity of medical terminologies. Number two, time constraints faced by healthcare professionals. Or number three, collaboration. Sorry, I think Rhea, I'm sorry. Can you move one slide back, please? All right, okay. So we have here the quality of content. So all of these, you end up having hurdles, that's for sure. And the next slide, Rhea, are the hurdles that usually you encounter. So can you guys give us a 1, 2, 3 on which ones that you're encountering? And I think one here that wasn't mentioned also is maintaining patient confidentiality and here adhering to HIPAA if you are already a healthcare professional. And if it's not here, can you please write down what hurdle do you have as a healthcare professional in content creation or making your content or in publishing your content, marketing your content? Thank you very much. So a lot of you have time constraint. This is perfect because that's one of the reasons Syllabi was created, actually. So, Dr. G, do you want to share more about this? Why Syllabi is perfect for healthcare content creation?
Absolutely. Like I had kind of alluded to that when AI came to the fore, we wanted to accelerate our own productivity as an agency using AI. And then we kind of stumbled upon the real power of AI that goes beyond automation. And that directly addresses the time constraints. Um, Luckily, after a couple of years, now most of you are more familiar than all of us used to be in regards to time-saving strategies, right? Nowadays, you just use ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever else is out there for very much that, right? You can kind of feed it a prompt, feed it a document, and you save time, right? Because technically, and that's one of the highest, or highly appreciated and significant benefits of AI that everybody attests to, which is basically it has the power of speed that no human being can match. even regular computers cannot match, right? It can do stuff that basically it's mind-boggling as far as time-saving strategy. So that's what we want to get to in terms of if we are or not already not there with syllabi, which we accept. We are in the growth phase as well. We are constantly improving the user interface, the workflow technology, but ultimately we want this whole workflow and syllabus infrastructure and your whole user experience very much serve that purpose to save you guys time. Okay, so now we can't imagine all kinds of unique obstacles you may come across, right, in helping you save time. We can only figure out certain things. There's like a minimal number of ideas that we can put together. So we welcome any ideas that you guys have. Like if you, in your workflow, everybody's workflow is a little bit different. You may want to save time in the ideation part. That may be your obstacle, right? Or bottleneck. Another person's bottleneck may be the editing process. Another one may be the publishing process. So the more you share with us, or even something we haven't thought about, right? We have like these 5 pillars or steps of ideation to all the way to publishing. But if we haven't thought about something that matters to you and to your business and to your audience and to your content in helping you save time, please do let us know, because that is absolutely one of our highest priorities.
Yes. So in connection to that, I would like to introduce one of our power users, Amanda, who's joining us today. Welcome, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to hear from Amanda, what was your initial struggle, especially in starting content creation in the niche that you have? Amanda owns a channel on mental health awareness. Can you give us more details about your channel, Amanda, so that everybody can know about it? Thank you.
Yeah. So I met Austin back in August or September of 2024, and he was presenting at a conference. And he was just very interesting to me. He sat across from me during one of the dinners that we had, and he was helping people create these videos to promote on social media, which I thought was they were just so neat. And I am not very tech savvy. I don't consider myself to be. I am a business owner. I have a private practice that I run. We do school-based counseling. I'm an author for children's books. I primarily work with children, but I also am very interested in sort of like what Dr. G seems to do, like everything. I feel like that is how that's what I would like to do too. I would like to do a little bit of everything. So I'm always looking for additional ways that I can, teach life skills, teach social skills to kids, how to like parenting stuff. So my kids are very into YouTube. I think most kids probably are. So at first I started out with doing something fun. I did a Did You Know channel, a Would You Rather. So I was playing around with the system a little bit to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. And I think it goes back to exactly what Dr. G said, is you have to find something that you love, that you're passionate about. So I shifted my focus to creating this channel for mental health stuff. And I'm very into the mind-body connection. So I've been doing a lot of that stuff. Like I've tried some things with study skills, like how to improve studying. I have done like mental health disorders explained in 3 to 5 minutes, done videos on that. I haven't gotten through all of them yet, but I've done quite a few of those. So I think I'm still learning. And because I work with children, I just created a kids channel. Well, it's not technically a kids channel, but it's designed for like families to share with their kids, but on teaching all of those important things. So it has videos on kindness and, teamwork and how to build confidence and things like that. And I have had I just started that, and some of those videos get like over 1,000 views. So that is really what my passion is. So of teaching kids all of these skills in really creative ways. So I'm not sure if I answered the question, but I
Yeah,
feel like I
you
kind
did.
of went a little bit of everywhere, but yeah, I've
It's
done a
okay.
lot.
Yeah, but it gave us a very good idea of how you have started with it, and probably some of those people here that are with us, some of our attendees have experienced the same thing. So this is a channel of Amanda. It's on mental health support and wellness, as you mentioned, mostly about kids. So I do want to know though, you met Austin and he introduced syllabi right away to you, or was it on a different topic or conference? Um, what made you want to try syllabi?
So I think it just comes down to I'm always looking to expand my knowledge. I am currently enrolled in a doctoral program because because it's teaching me more stuff, and I like learning. I like trying new things. I like especially when it comes to this, like expanding business and what I do and coming up with creative ways to do marketing. Um, so he was actually just making videos for people. He was helping people make videos, and they were, I mean, and he did them so quick. They were just really neat to watch. So then after the conference, I ended up following him on Facebook, which is how I found out about Syllabi. That's where it came from. And then I said, it was sort of impulsive. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna figure it out. And what I really liked about it, and I said, I'm not very tech savvy. I figured it out like the same day I signed up. In fact, I didn't even make it through my trial period before I actually canceled my trial to be able to officially sign up. So I love how it works. And I started it before they had the bulk scheduling feature, so that's newer within the last couple months. And even then it was easy to use. It's very user friendly. Um, and the one thing that I have really enjoyed, it's probably my favorite part, which really has nothing to do with it. It's how the company is run. Like there is always someone willing to hear the feedback. There's always someone who is fixing it. Like everyone is just so supportive. The whole community is just so supportive. So I have really enjoyed that part. And I feel like that goes a really long way, because if someone has a question, they can go to the Facebook page, and it's not even just it's like the owners have trickled this idea down to all the users. So all the users are always willing to help each other, which has been just really, really, I think really says a lot about the company in general.
Thank you so much for
Thank
that,
you.
Amanda. We appreciate you. We appreciate users like you giving us our feedbacks, and then your 2 cents on everything that we're doing. So thank you very much. So going back to healthcare content, I think this is mostly this is both for you and Dr. G, since of course you've been creating content for this. What are your tips in creating impactful healthcare content? Rhea, can you share your presentation again, please? We did come up with this, which is of course based on all the users that we have, and then and the analytics that we have. And we've also, I just want to share this with everybody here. The whole team of Syllabi is not just a team of the developers, the admin, the operations. All of us use our own product. We actually use Syllabi. So we try it in different niches as well. So we ourselves try to stress test it to know what more it can do and what bugs there are, and so we can fix it right away. So in our case, we also try to experiment on how we can market in different niches, or how we can create content so we can better help you, not only the platform itself, but also with content. So creating content, basically, there are different strategies. And one of the very first things, like what Dr. G mentioned earlier, was to understand your audience. So this one is to clearly identify who your audience is: the patients, caregivers, students, or professionals. So finding the niche. So it comes down to that. Find a focus in order for you to be able to figure out what kind of content you want to bring out. Second would be maintaining accuracy. So always verify medical information. Okay, we do use AI, but of course, it always comes down to you making sure that whatever was produced is accurate. And especially in the healthcare industry, right, Dr. G? I think we had some topics about this in our previous healthcare webinars. If you can share more about this, accuracy in content.
Yeah, so that's going back to that, I would say, regulatory, maybe even linked to stigma concepts that I shared with you, which is, we are held to higher standards, basically. And by we, I mean basically whoever is in the health industry and healthcare industry. And it's just by design and function. It kind of makes sense. I mean, I personally was a little bit bummed about it because, and Amanda and us, we have had a chat about this, that, about 4 or 5 years ago, YouTube started to make it more difficult and tighter for healthcare providers to actually promote themselves. And I remember going through that previously for one of the biggest clients, actually, who suddenly could not use AdWords anymore, like overnight, literally, because Google started. There was some brouhaha and spectacle about uh, people like kind of illegitimately gouging the whole industry and the AdWords, kind of monopolizing the AdWords by spending millions of dollars securing certain keywords like treatment or mental health or addiction treatment and so forth. So I think it was inevitable. It was just a more like socio-political issue that happened, and then YouTube and Google started to basically adding these extra safeguards, and they came up with something called Legit Script that they have to certify, and people have to, who are licensed or certified to provide these types of or promote themselves using AdWords, they have to prove that they're legitimate providers. So having said that, long story short, for our content providers here, even if you're not in the US, right? Let's say these regulations about AdWords, I guess, apply to worldwide, even, in other countries, if you wanted to promote your channel and so forth. So you want to be careful to and be aware of this type of extra regulatory burden that exists for health content providers. Therefore, one of the best ways, if you're not certified, and licensed, where you could prove to Google, hey, I am legitimate. You gotta let me, pay money however I want and however much I want, and whatever keyword I want to get, which, by the way, is costly. Actually, if you want to show that certification or get certified by Google, Legit Script is like a few $1,000s a year. So if you don't want to go that route and you want to really just grow your content organically, you've got to kind of do your own homework, own kind of a cleansing or sanitization, which is being accurate with the information that you're providing, double checking it, triple checking it, checking the sources where you get this information from. If you are getting it from other sources than yourself, being aware of possibly, plagiarism or copying other people or other, let's say, associations, institutes, organizations, even though they may publish stuff publicly, if you only just grabbed it and republished it, that would work against you. So that's what really accuracy and correctness and basically factual and empirical, proven or evidence-based approach about health content is it comes in handy for yourself to make sure that your content is not going to be flagged, bottom line. When you do all this type of homework, then you know, not only safeguard against type of maybe trolls and competitors and whoever else is out there that may find some kind of a loophole with your content and then just flag you. And as you all probably know, most of you, that we are kind of at the mercy of these social media channels, right? If somebody flags us, somebody bad mouths about us, we are at the receiving end. We have to prove that everything is kosher. And you have to go through those loops and hoops and burdens, you know, hurdles, multiple hurdles to really get your channel reinstated, right? So why not safeguard against that by being proactive in your content definition and creation? And another thing you can also achieve by simply being accurate and, like I say, evidence-based and so forth, verifying information, is that I think it would also help your virality. Because when people, your viewers who are reading stuff and they don't have to second guess, they don't have to you know, kind of suspect something maybe incorrect or wrong with it, then they are more likely to share your content with others, right? They're going to be stoked about it and say, wow, that makes sense. And there is the source of it, and there is the legitimacy, and it's quite accurate, correct, and so forth. And they would be excited about sharing this information. And that's how you grow your channel even further.
Thank you, Dr. G. Amanda, would you want to share anything on how you gathered your information or how you started creating content for your channel as well?
I think well, because I am in this doctoral program, there's a lot of different things that I'm learning and that, you know, they're going over in classes. So I think that has been helping a little bit with different ideas because like study tips, that is helpful for everybody, college students, and it relates to how your brain works, how you take in information. And like I said, I very strongly believe in mind-body connection. So the benefits of yoga, if anyone has not looked at that, they are like amazing, the benefits of yoga. So just through my classes, I've learned that stuff. And I also feel like mental health disorders are not understood. And actually another user had created a channel that had like movie descriptions in 3 minutes, I think is what it was. So I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cool if I did mental health topics with that? So I feel like the whole community, you know, sort of bounces ideas off of each other. So I think we get ideas from, if you use the information that you know and what you love, it all goes back to that. If you use that, then it's stuff that you already know, that you feel, that you understand. And if I ever did something on a topic that I did not know, then I tend to be very cautious. So I would definitely be double checking, you know, sources and all of that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. G and Amanda. So that's with the accuracy portion. Now, going to visuals. So, how do you think we should go about in enhancing visuals, Dr. G and Amanda? I mean, I'd really want to know your take on this, especially in the healthcare industry, in the medical industry. Are there any things that we need to take note of, no-nos for this, and what are the pros and cons of using this and that? Any information on those, Dr. G or Amanda, that you'd want to share, especially with visuals, aside from the content itself?
Yeah, I can quickly just mention that I try to align the type of visuals I want to post with the meaning of the content, right? So for me, it's usually about the communication, benefits of effective dialogue versus arguments and debates and so forth, and interpersonal effectiveness. So the visuals that I believe go hand in hand with that are people, right, together, people talking with each other, maybe just in the same room, working on a project and so forth. So that kind of sends the message let's say subconscious or even conscious or kind of a subliminal message of collaboration, productivity, peace, harmony, those type of just positive empowerment of people with each other. That's so far I can share, as far as visuals is concerned.
Thank you, Dr. Shi. Amanda, how about you? What's your basis on using your visuals, or how do you put your visuals together? What types of visuals do you have?
So when I create a video, again, I played around with the system. But certain channels, like I tried doing like a mystery channel that I just clicked publish. That was it. I didn't even, I don't even know that I double checked, but this was also when I was learning. For my mental health channel and my kids channel, I go through all the videos. I check all the pictures. I normally am switching the pictures around based on what it's about. I have also been able to do advertising where I upload my own pictures of a book that I wrote and then I create a video that way. So I think that there are a lot of different things that you can do. I mean, you could literally use the system to create a video to advertise like a counseling practice, or you're trying to get feedback for a research project you're doing or something. Like I feel like there are just a lot of different creative ways that you can use it, whether it's through your own images that you upload, going through, there are so many images that are offered. I mean, like you're going to find something there. But it just comes down to connecting it to the content.
Thank you very much. Okay, for the information of all the attendees, especially those who are new here in Syllabi, you constantly hear us mentioning Syllabi, and of course, using Syllabi and like what Amanda said, the system or the dashboard that we have. So just to give you a rough idea, okay, rough idea on what Syllabi is about and how it can help you with your content creation. We have Awais here, our product owner, who can give us a quick demo on how easy Syllabi can be used, especially for healthcare, content related information, and what visuals are used, what visuals you can choose from, how script can be easily made, and what Amanda was explaining about. In just a few clicks, you have it right away. So I'd want to introduce Awais, the senior product owner of Syllabi.
Hey everyone, my name is Awais, and I'm just gonna quickly walk you through, guys, that how you can leverage Syllabi app in order to create content, especially for the mental health. So I think possibilities are endless. You can actually go with when we talk about the script or when we talk about the content, and how you can actually transform the content within the Syllabi. You can either come up with your own custom script. You can take assistance from AI. Maybe, you have a topic in your mind that says, imposter syndrome, something like that. And you can also convert an article or a blog into a script, and then you can create an engaging video on top of that. So that basically take your idea or maybe like some small piece of content into a visual content that people would like to see. Let me go ahead and share my screen and I can quickly give you guys a walkthrough. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. All right. Let me show my screen real quick. And meanwhile, if anybody wanted, from the audience, if you want me to do a video specific on any mental health topic, I think that would be great, because, that way we could actually test a real life scenario right through the demo. So I think that would be a good idea. So please go ahead and share any topic that you want me
Yes.
to take a look
That would
at.
be great. Yeah, drop your topics or niche or what you want Awais to create about in Syllabi. We'll do it right here in this webinar.
Yeah.
So we can show you how easy it is to create your video, your content using Syllabi in healthcare. Anything goes, guys, all around healthcare.
Absolutely. So Joe, let me know if you got any topic from our users, and I should be able to get onto it. Okay, let's do it. So just a very quick and high level overview within the syllabi, what we offer is you can create faceless videos, and not just faceless video, but we also give you the ability to automate the whole video creation process, and not just creation process, but also seamless distribution on the social media channels. So with the bulk scheduler, you can literally create month worth of content within few clicks and in couple of hours, and it will get created and it will automatically get scheduled on the calendar and all your selected social media handles. So after that, you literally have to do nothing, absolutely nothing. You just sit back and Syllabi will gonna take care of that. So your whole marketing efforts, you don't really rely on an external team or a third party or any other vendor. Syllabi is your complete one platform, one solution for all the different tasks that you usually do in order to create the content and then the distribution of the content on social media. So that's our bulk scheduler. We have other more features. You can request for real clone. You can clone your own voice. You can request to create your own clone. That's again, one of the amazing feature we have. Then we have thumbnail generation, and we have analytics for the published post and calendar and the ability to connect social media channel. All right.
All right.
Let me go ahead
So we
and-
have some topics here.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
nice.
can try out. All right. So pick your pick. So we have impact of gut health on mental health, intellectual disabilities, psychological tips to boost your productivity, tips to cope with mental chatter for abused women. Oh, this is interesting. And we have OCD or depression. So which one would you want to work on always?
Well, I think I really want to pick up this one. I think that's actually seems very common to me. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I could say, everybody tries to go with the productivity and stuff. So yeah, let's give it a try with that. All right. Okay, so this is the interface, and I can basically pick up any style as I want, depending on my niche, right? Some people do, historical Egyptian stuff, sci-fi, futuristic, cartoon, digital art, anime, dark fantasies, crime movies, comics, and everything. But when you specifically talk about mental health, you can either go for cinematic realism, and then hyperrealism, which is one of the famous one and most used among all the users of Syllabi. And we have interesting art AI styles like Western punk, watercolor, biblical history, Native American, and then pencil drawing, Viking, pop art, and stuff. So in my case, my go-to style is hyperrealism. What we offer you, you can actually select all these languages and you can create your script in all these languages, right? You can pick up any of the subtitle and you can pick up any of the voice, and you can also make your own clone of your own voice, and you can also use that in your videos to make the content more personalized, right? And then you can select the length of the videos. I'm gonna go with 1 minute. And now since I have the topic, I think, so based on my selected style, I will be seeing some suggestions from AI, and I can always go for the custom topic that I just copied from the chat. Oh, I think it was not copied. So it was, I think, let me just write it down. I think it's psychological. I'm not able to copy this one. All right,
And
now
on
let's
that
just
note,
go.
Awais, you may want to move away the Zoom panel on the right-hand side. I think I don't know if it's the chat or participants, because at least on my screen, it is covering
Oh, yeah, I
the
see.
view. Yeah.
How about now, Dr. Z? Is it?
Yeah, perfect. That's good.
Oh,
Awesome.
all right, great. And now since Dr. G mentioned that, so one of the best thing that what we do for you guys is that whatever you is picking up, so whatever selection you're trying to make here right now, we are showing you a very, a quick preview of what's going to happen. So if my subtitles are getting this, and if I change it to this, I'm actually going to see the real-time preview. So that basically tells me that based on this style, how the subtitles are going to look like. So this is my voice. This is my length, less than a minute. The icon that shades, that's going to be vertical video. Now I go ahead and go to the advanced options. I can change the position of the subtitle. You can see right now it's in the middle, now it's in the bottom. I can actually take it in the middle and I can, bring it onto the front, right? So I usually go with the bottom one. And I can also, change the subtitle animation. For example, if I want to highlight the content, it could go something like this, right? If I want to add a background music, we have our own music library for you guys to pick from different categories. And Java did a tremendous job on this and we're still expanding it. So yeah, you guys can have it all. And you can, again, upload your own custom music as well, again, to make this content more personalized. And so, people can relate with your brand and all. So yeah. Sound effect, animation effect. For example, I want to try these VHS effects, right? I want to try some rain effect or any other effect. I will be able to see the preview in the real-time basis, as you can see. Since I'm doing a video on mental health, it should be like, calm and soothing. So I'm going to go with the dust effect so people don't get too much a distraction on the screen. And then I can control my image transition. And if I have a one dedicated folder, so I can actually pick that folder from the dropdown. So all the content that gets created as part of mental health will go into that directory. So that's one of the forward thinking approach we have, that you don't really have to manage the content. It basically managed automatically. You just have to select the folder. And we have this feature, preset. So you can basically have multiple profiles, I would say, in a more layman language, that you have multiple profiles within the syllabi. One profile is for mental health, one profile is for the comic style, one profile is for the historical fact. So when next time you're going to come and create a video, you don't really have to make all these selections. You just need to pick up a preset from here, and that's it. We're going to take care of the rest of the things. So everything will be automatically adjusted based on your selection. So now you can actually run 3, 4, 5, 6 social media channels with Syllabi by creating all these profiles of presets that literally saves hours to, take care of like the position of the subtitle, effect, background music, and all that stuff. You can also do watermark, right? So, if you're running 3, 4 channels, more personalization, and, you can actually make your content more copyright. So yeah, that's something. So now I choosing the option that says AI script assistance, and I already provided a topic here that I got from the chat, and I'm going to hit, and I'm going to go ahead and generate script, but it's up to me. If I wanted to change the length, I should be able to do it, and AI will gonna take care of the length. You can also create long form videos, and it's gonna be working the same pattern. So we're gonna utilize that topic, and Syllabi will gonna produce a script that's gonna last for uh 1 to 3 minutes. It can be 2 minutes, 45 seconds, maybe sometimes 3 minutes.
I'm sorry, Awais, I think you're cutting in and out.
So you can adjust it, and what else you can get? So you can use the it's permanent. So it's up to you that how much you want to spend. But the very good thing about Syllabi that you have all the control. Am I audible, guys? I just make sure.
I'm sorry, I think we lost Awais for a minute there. But anyway, I'm just continuing to what Awais was
I'm
mentioning
back.
earlier. All right, okay,
Yeah.
there. We got
I'm-
Awais back. Okay.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. So I already went ahead and start creating the script. Let me show it to you guys. So right now it's here. So I can see that this is that was a topic. Psychological tips to boost your productivity. So productivity is a vital component. And I have all these scripts. So what I'm getting here is the estimated length of the video and estimated, the cost that I'm gonna spend on video. As soon as I'm done creating the video, Syllabi will gonna pitch me 5 or 6 topics based on the script that I've provided. So what we in particular and you find a very badass script, right? And you don't want to lose the opportunity and you later in the previous. See, a lot of people will really look for these of self-efficiency. You know, what are the secret of being hyper-focused? Absolutely gold. Everybody wants to know like how they can become more focused. You know, highly productive people. A lot of people read that book, right? So, you know, most of the time sometimes it's a hassle to go and look up all these video topics and do some research, but we basically make this whole journey more seamless for you guys. So while my video is in progress and I'm looking at this topic and I really like this one and maybe this one. So I can just simply go ahead, I can click on it and the cycle continues. You don't really have to go any other platform other than Syllabi to, find that topic. You just click on it. The topic will be populated here. Everything will gonna be the same. See, whatever I choose, everything is same. All I need to do is to either I wanted to change the length of the video or I just hit the generate script. I get the script, I validate my script and I hit the button. How easy is that? So yeah, that's one of the cool thing about Syllabi. And it's not just that you only get to see these suggestions on whenever you create a video, but we also use the same mechanism on the dashboard. You can see that choose your next video topic. So if you notice that right now it says exploring sculpture, you won't believe aren't real. So right now this feed hasn't updated, but what we do is that probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we check what was your latest activity, and based on that, we populate this grid. Maybe if I refresh, I might be able to see suggestions based on my previous script, which is related to the productivity. Any questions there that we can answer while video is still rendering? Oh, I think it's already completed. Wow. It's a quick one. Let's take a look. Or any questions out that we can answer before we see the
So
whole video?
far, no questions. The basic question that we have here is, Blessed is asking for some good niche in probably the healthcare industry, since you are in healthcare, in the healthcare webinar, that we can suggest to her. While Oasis showing you the video, one of the things that we usually recommend, or we give as a tip for those people looking for a good niche or topic, is to find something that you're passionate with. Because it's always easy to find content and to know what you'd want to put as a content if it's a niche or a topic that you're familiar with and that you're passionate about. So that's one. Another thing is, of course, find something that's viral. That's one of the things that Syllabi can really help you with. We have this discover ideas feature where you can actually look for other topics that you can choose from if you're really not sure what niche or topic you'd want to work on. But I think that's the best answer that I can give you. Anyway, continue, please, Awais.
Sure. So let's take a look at the video now. Since this video is completely based on AI, and you guys have already seen that how much of it that I put in. So sometimes it's AI, sometimes it hallucinates, sometimes AI go off the limits, right? So what we need to make sure is that we check all the images and there's like no bad image, no nudity or any image that has disformity or anything like that. So I'm actually gonna show you guys that how are these control works and everything. But this is the video right now. So you can see I have the effects and I have my subtitles going on and my effect that I've chosen. And you can see the quality of the video, the quality of the images. Sometimes images might not relevant, as what your script was or maybe what you were anticipating. So then you have to take control and you go to the edit image option, which is here. So you can go onto that option. You can see all these images one by one, and we have a couple of more exciting features over there that I'm going to walk you through. So that's the video. You literally, you can add your watermark, your background music, and all of that stuff. And your video is ready probably like in less than 5 minutes. Now, on the edit image style, let's say you're not happy with one of your image, right? So we give you the ability to edit the image. So you have different options. You can actually add motion to this image, right? You can upload any custom media that you already have. You feel like that, okay, AI doesn't working. I maybe found some, image from FreePic or stock platform, which is, free of cost, probably not going to give any strike on it based on, due to the copyrights. You can actually regenerate this image. So light bulb illuminating brain productivity tools scattered around. So that's the image that AI uses to generate this image. But if you want to be creative, you can actually add something, from your side, and you can generate this image. And then AI will generate based on the provided input. And you can also access the stock videos. So this is the stock videos we have. They all are, no copyright issues on those. So you can actually use these videos. So if I like try mental health, let's see what we get. So whatever I'm gonna get, it's basically bind with the mental health keyword, right? So I should be able to use any of these videos in here, right? So the per image frame length is 5 seconds. So that video probably, regardless of it's gonna be 23 seconds, but it's only gonna appear on the screen for that particular frame, just only for 5 seconds. So, you can actually do that as well. So it's, pretty powerful control that we have for you guys. And you can also go for asset library. So what asset library is that all the AI videos you generated with Celebi throughout your time with Celebi. So we are basically keeping all these AI assets for you, right? So you can actually use any of the image from any of your previous videos, right? So, I'm kind of comic book guy, so you're probably gonna see a lot of Asian Egyptians and Flash, Spider-Man, Batman type of stuff. But if I try mental health, I probably see something. At some point, I may have created any video probably 3-4 months back. So I will be able to see any of the images that are basically behind the
Don, would you want to take over while Awais is cutting in and out as well? Awais, I'm sorry, but you're cutting in and out again.
Okay. Yeah.
So while we're waiting for Waze, I think in connection to different topics, you can actually try them all out here.
Yeah,
If you
that's again one you guys have with the edit.
I'm sorry, Waze, you were cutting in and out. All right. I'm also sharing in the chat box our Discord channel and our FB community channel, where you can also see the different users that we have in the different niches, especially those that you're looking for in the healthcare industry. We have tons here. We have more than 42,000 members in that channel. So you will find different types of niches, topics, and channels, especially in the healthcare industries that share their tips, strategies, and even their channels. That way you would know how they also produce their channel. Dawn, do you have any additional information we want to share about Syllabi and in the healthcare industry in connection to Syllabi? I think we've gone over time already, so we'll just give around a minute or two to give our last 2 cents or tips and strategies to everybody here.
Yeah, probably the best thing for you, especially those that are new and also kind of hesitant to test out Syllabi. So we have a very customer-centric way of working, as per Amanda earlier. So the best thing that you can do to get ideas or insights from actual users is to join our Facebook group. You will see tons of actual users in there who would be sharing all their journey with us in Syllabi. And apart from that, we do offer one-on-one special demo. It's gonna be special and catered to your needs. So yeah, Ja will be sending all the links. So yeah, if you're still hesitant, guys, we have made several users already monetized. We help a lot of users get monetized, and also help with the reach and their goals in content creation. So the best way to do, because we have 1 hour, we could talk so much and show you so much more, but reach out to our email. All the live chat, all the Discord, Facebook group, and demo. So take advantage of all those free resources. And of course, our YouTube channel. You get tons of ideas even from just looking at our previous videos. So yeah, thank you so much all for joining.
Yes, thank you so much, Dawn, for all of those information. And thank you everybody for joining us today. We'll see you again next week for another webinar. We have another healthcare related webinar in about a month or two. But if you have any questions, like what Dawn said, you can reach out in all those groups that we have, the communities that we have, and you can even book a demo through our website. And you can reach out to us, even Dawn and I, through those channels. All right. Thank you again, everybody. And we appreciate you, and you all have a good day. Thank you. Bye.